Thank you, Mischief, for introducing me to Acerthorn. What is up, Hardcore Nation? It's Hardcore Christopher here, and I'm going to give you my reaction to Acerthorn's Elden Ring sucks, and here's why. Now, full disclosure, I did watch Mischief's video that was 3 weeks old. Yeah, this is and he commentated, he had his views, and I thought I'd give you guys my views. Now, I will say, from everything that I know about Acerthorn, which is little to nothing, the only thing I know is that he has filed a lawsuit against several other channels to the tune of $2 million. If he really thinks he's going to get $2 million, he has another thing coming. Because there's no way a court is going to award him $2 million. But I think I'll make a video on that once I get all my ducks in a row. For right now, we're gonna be talking about Elden Ring and how apparently it sucks. Why does this sound familiar? Oh wait, it does, because of all the quantum stuff that surpassed Elden Ring into something else, which he completely made. Anyway, the quantum stuff is dead, thankfully. But yeah, let's see what Mr. Acerthorn has to say.
Elden Ring sucks. What's up, guys? Acerthorn here. And today I'd like to give you my thoughts on this piece of shit game from a piece of shit game developer.
And we're already off to a fantastic start, aren't we? He starts the video off by saying, Elden Ring sucks, then announces his name. Like we cared. I don't care. Then he calls out Elden Ring for being a piece of crap. Then he calls From Software a piece of crap. Here's what I am going to say about this. I'm going to do it bit by bit. I'll cover From Software now. From Software has a reputation for making incredibly difficult games. Look at the Souls franchise. Or is it Souls series? I have no clue. Demon Souls. Hard. Incredibly difficult. Dark Souls. Incredibly difficult. Dark Souls 2. Incredibly difficult. Dark Souls 3, incredibly difficult. You are starting to see a pattern. Elden Ring, difficult. Bloodborne, great game, difficult. So why are people shocked? Why are people shocked that Elden Ring is as difficult as Bloodborne, as the Dark Souls series? Well, I'm just going to say Souls series, because you have to include Demon Souls into that as well, since it was the genesis of what would be Dark Souls. So, but we're off to a fantastic start. Something tells me this is going to get... Something tells me that he's not going to get quantum bad, but this is still going to be bad. Let's continue. I thought I pressed play. Come on.
And before anyone asks, no, this is not a joke video. This is...
Let me verify. He is correct. It has 315 likes. I imagine the like to dislike ratio, if you could see the dislikes anyway, I imagine it's been ratioed into oblivion. 63,524 views, so that's nothing to shake a stick at. And it was indeed uploaded on March 23rd, 2022.
not coming out on April 1st.
That is true. It's not an April Fool's video. But what does April Fool's have to do with Elden Ring? Absolutely nothing.
I am 100% sincere when I say, without any sarcasm, that Elden Ring can suck my dick.
Oh, you were serious. Well, it's not like you're gonna have a woman. It's not like you're gonna have a woman to pleasure you. But that opens up a variety of questions. First, how on earth are you gonna make an inanimate object, pleasure you in that manner? Huh. Okay. I guess you could make a hole in the case, but then you would be destroying your property. I mean, if you bought it off of the Microsoft Store, you wouldn't even be able to do that. So I guess go out, buy a physical copy, remove the disc so you don't get it damaged, then proceed to make a hole and go back and forth and up and down. I don't understand how this man is... I don't understand how this man can have an inanimate object pleasure him in the manner he just said.
And now, I know what any of you are thinking. I know what you're all thinking. How much...
Okay, you started out with, I know what any of you think. Then you stammered over into all of you, so which one is it?
of this game have you played? Well, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and this is an objective fact. I have played precisely 0 minutes and 0 seconds of this bullshit game.
What did he just say? Let's run that back.
Well, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and this is an objective fact. I have played precisely 0 minutes and 0 seconds of this bullshit game, and...
Let's run that back one more time, just to make sure we all heard the same thing.
Well, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and this is an objective fact. I have played precisely 0 minutes and 0 seconds of this bullshit game.
Okay, and therein lies the problem. which opens up a plethora of questions. Number one, where are you getting the Elden Ring footage? Are you just... Did you find somebody else's footage on YouTube and just decide to put your own commentary over it? It's possible, but I don't think so, because that'd be stupid. Number two, the second question I have is, how do you know that the game is garbage when you haven't even played it? And number three, something tells me that you listened to Quantum TV's 3-part Elden Ring review, and I'm going... I do mean this sincerely. What do you not understand? You see, like any physical media, whether it be a band album or a TV program or a VHS or a DVD or a streaming platform, or in this case, a video game, you have to actually play the game, then review it. Get that in your head. You have to play the game, then review it. So this isn't a review. You can't even say Elden Ring sucks, because quite frankly, anything that you say from this point on has no validity. And that is an objective fact. I see your 0-0. And I raise you a, how can you review a game when you haven't even played it?
And I still know it's bullshit. And
No, you don't.
you know what?
No, I don't know why. Because unlike video game reviewers who actually, review video games, they have to play the video game before they review it, before they give their thoughts. You, sir, did not do that. What you did was you probably went online, all right? You looked at video game forums, even though forums aren't a thing anymore, and you proceeded to make your assumption, and then be like, the world needs to hear this. No. The world doesn't need to hear you say Elden Ring sucks and here's why, and then when they get through with the 3 minutes and 50 seconds that they've watched, they realize you had nothing valuable or intelligent to say?
Me? Well, the answer is very simple, and I know a lot of people are going to say
It can't be simple because you haven't played the game.
that I need to play the game before I judge.
Yes, you do. You need to play the game before you judge it because we all heard as kids, never judge a book by its cover. Same thing goes with a product. I mean, take a look at WWE 2K20, which I have put a lot of time into. That game is riddled to the brim with glitches and bugs. But I still have a fun time. You see, I haven't recorded it or anything, but I do have a review that I'm thinking of doing for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And I have already made the decision that I will give you guys my thoughts on it after I complete it. I'm just taking a really long break from it. But you have to play the game before you review it. Otherwise, people are going to call you out simply because you can't say that something sucks when you haven't given it a shot. I mean, it's like this. Kid sees broccoli on the plate. Kid says, "Mom, do I have to?" "Mom, what's that?" "That's broccoli, sweetie." "I don't like it." "Have you tried it?" "No." "Try it first and see if you like it." I don't quite. You hold no validity. You hold no truth. So please tell us why.
But quite frankly, I disagree. And if you
Quite frankly, I disagree. Dude, seriously. That's like me going to Vintage Stock or GameStop and buying a game, bringing it home, and then uploading a review, and then when I see in the comments section of, "Well, did you even play the game? It doesn't even look like it's been opened." No. Seriously. Like, for real. You can't be serious.
disagree with me, then get the hell off my channel.
Who died and made you God? That's my question to you with that statement. I disagree. And if you disagree with me, you can get out. You can get off of my channel. You know what? Who died and made you God? Seriously. I can't tell if this guy has a God complex or not. But just from that statement alone, it's like he wants people to agree with him, even though he knows that since he's put zero effort into this game, which he just said, nobody's going to agree with you on this one, Jack. No one is.
Here's the reason why I can safely say that I hate this game, even though I've never played it.
Please tell us.
Because the community that From Software has cultivated is so toxic and vile that I automatically hate any game made by them.
Don't you have to play the game to get to know the people in the community? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but you're either doing one of two things. One, you're lying about not playing Elden Ring. Or two, you went online and looked at every single negative Elden Ring post or review, then you took bits and pieces of what you read and you put it into this video. Either that or you listened to Quantum, because Quantum had the same exact thing to say about the community. Isn't that ironic? It's seriously. How do you know that the community is toxic if, one, you've never played the game, two, you've never interacted with anybody from that community, and three, well, I guess there were only two reasons. Well, two questions. Okay, let's continue.
When I did my retrospective of Dark Souls way back when...
Oh joy. He made a Dark Souls sucks, and here's why. It was too hard, and I was too lazy to get good. That's all that amounts to. Look, with From Software, you don't expect an easy game. I don't care where you start. Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Demon Souls, it doesn't really matter. You gotta get good at the game to beat the game. And if you're too lazy to do that, then why'd you buy the game to begin with? Or better yet,
I have gotten nothing but pure hatred, but that is the overwhelming majority of what I have.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Acerthorn. Talking directly to you. People don't like you not because of your take on Dark Souls or Elden Ring. I imagine there are those people that are mad at you because you diss the game. it's only natural for people to stick up for what they like. Now, here's the thing about Acerthorn, guys. There was a channel. It was, the channel started with an A. It was something Wolf, and the first name and the first word had an A. I know that. I think it was like Asman Wolf or something like that. You took down their channel with multiple DMCA strikes. Well, yeah, multiple DMCAs. And you're also suing some creators to the tune of $2 million. I can see why people would hate you. But let's continue.
Gotten. Everyone, just about everybody and their mother says that I just need to get good. Well, frankly, I don't give a shit.
Because I'm too lazy. Yeah. You can have a good time with From Software if you get good. Or in this case, if you play the game. I know it's a mind-blowing concept that you don't seem to understand, but in order to actually give your opinion, you actually have to know what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about. Why? Because it's either three things. One, you have no interest in Elden Ring. Two, you're usually like a you're crying about nothing. Or three, and I think the third one is the best option. You tried a Souls game and you didn't like it. So that means you hate anything From Software puts out. So with that being said, get good or get lost. Thank you for your divine for your individual attention. Now, let's continue.
Everybody who thinks that even if I make even a semantic mistake in my review, they will fucking tear me to shreds.
That's the internet for you. Welcome to the internet, you complete fool. You see, I don't understand. Something tells me this isn't about the community. This is about you. Because as you stated in this video, if anybody disagrees with me, if anybody disagrees with Acerthorn, you guys can get off my channel. Like, that's a warm and welcoming reception, isn't it? I mean, hey, look, if this is the way you treat your fan base, then I'm truly shocked that you have 2.42, well, 2K 2K in your community, because I imagine a lot of people would take that and be like, I'm unsubscribing. Have a nice life, loser. And then they go on to watch somebody that actually cares about them. Because it's obvious you don't care. You just want people to think you're right. But yet when they don't kiss your when they don't kiss your backside, you get all mad and it's almost like it's almost like you turn around and you're like, how dare you not kiss my backside? Do you know how lucky you are? Let's continue.
Not physically, of course. They will tear me to shreds verbally and act like they're objectively justified.
In this case, they are, because you cannot review something without trying it. That's like a movie critic giving, okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, that's like a movie critic rating The Boy in the striped pajamas one of the best Holocaust movies, in my opinion, a 0 out of 10. But the critic goes, but the critic types in his review that he's never watched the movie, but he knows it sucks because it has something to do with Adolf Hitler and the Holocaust. What do you think is going to happen? That critic is going to come under severe scrutiny and severe backlash because he didn't take the time to watch the movie. Just like you're doing. You're coming under severe backlash because, number one, of the things you've done, and number two, well, because you actually didn't play Elden Ring. But here you are saying that it sucks.
So instead of just saying, I'm not going to even play the game and I'm not even going to pass judgment, no, fuck that. I'm going to pass.
How can you pass judgment on something that you don't even know is good or not? You can't pass judgment.
Judgment. I'm going to get involved. I'm going to actually pass judgment on this damn game.
First off, what is plast judgment? He said plast judgment. That's what I heard. I didn't hear pass. I heard him say, I'm going to plast judgment. What? Does that have something to do with plaster? Okay. this sounds like Quantum TV all over again. Because Quantum made a 3-part review that was so incredibly awful. And it was very clear that he didn't spend any time with the game. But Acerthorn, you're doing the exact same thing. You say you're going to get involved when you have no idea what you're talking about. And that's about it, isn't it?
Simply because its fan base doesn't deserve to win here.
No. But no. Sound like Consuela from Family Guy. You're not a part of the fan base, first off. You're extremely salty. Like, you're incredibly upset over a game. You know what? Let's just finish this out.
They just don't. What they want is for me to just not talk about the game. So.
No, what people want you to do is actually put effort into it, then review it. Give your honest thoughts on the game, and then people would be happy to listen. But because you said, one, you didn't spend any time with the game, I mean, now that I think about it, that's almost like you have a girlfriend and you tell your family members you're going to marry her, but yet you don't spend any time with her. Like, seriously. You just need to put time in. You need to put time into the game before you spout that mouth of yours. Otherwise, it's going to bite you. It really is going to bite you. And just by the first comment that I see here, you don't get to make objective statements about games as a reviewer without playing it. That's not how reviewing works. Just curious about something. Wait. Oh, this is... Oh, he actually pinned this comment, so let's just read it. In black, bold letters. Everyone read to before commenting. My responses to some of the most common complaints. Those who continue to post the same comments will have their comments deleted and they will be blocked from the channel. How inviting is that? You sound so warm and cuddly, just like a teddy bear. No, you sound really, really cold. Like, almost like the Grim Reaper. Or maybe Frosty the Snowman. The only thing is, Frosty was beloved. You're not really beloved, are you? You can't have an opinion on a game you haven't played. Bite me. You aren't criticizing the game, you're just criticizing the community. No, I'm criticizing both. I'm also criticizing From Software, which you have no right to do, for cultivating this fan base, just like how it's the fault of QE Farms or 4chan for allowing such toxic communities to thrive on their platform. You can't criticize a game that you haven't played. You say bite me. Okay. Gotta stay calm. The title is misleading because you're just criticizing the community, not the game. The title is fine the way it is and will undergo no revisions. Got a problem with that? Feel free to report this video for misleading titles. I guarantee you that YouTube will take no action. The title is not misleading. You are just butthurt. Wow. Butthurt, huh? You are the toxic one. No, I'm simply expressing my disdain for the toxic community. At best, this is self-defense toxicity. So you're defending yourself from a toxic community that you don't even know is toxic or not? It almost... it's almost like you don't have a problem with Elden Ring or From Software. It sounds like to me that you have a problem with criticism. Let's continue. If you post such horrible takes, you have to expect backlash. So in other words, if a woman tells everyone that her boyfriend is abusing her, that boyfriend is totally justified in going home and beating the crap out of her as punishment for spreading such horrible lies about him. What did she honestly expect to happen when she starts spreading such malicious rumors about him? Or alternatively, if you call a police officer corrupt or crooked, of course he's going to plant drugs in your car and frame you for a crime. What do you expect? Is that basically what you're saying? Okay, that you just typed that out to type it out, I guess. No, this is a horrible take. But you can't take backlash. And let me go through these scenarios one by one. If a woman tells everyone that her boyfriend is abusing her, that boyfriend is totally justified in going home and beating the crap out of her as punishment for spreading such horrible lies about him. If it's true, it's true. First and foremost, It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. What did she honestly expect to happen? Well, in this scenario, she expected somebody to listen and to get help. When she starts spreading such malicious rumors about him, why are you so cold-hearted? Seriously, Acerthorn, why are you so cold-hearted? Or alternatively, if you call a police officer corrupt or crooked, of course he's going to plant drugs in your car and frame you for a crime. What do you expect? Why would anyone call a police officer corrupt or crooked? I haven't seen any of the toxicity you speak of. In other words, well, I get enough to eat. So world hunger must be a myth. Is that the long and short of it? Well, world hunger does exist. But what you just typed has nothing... What the heck? What the heck? You didn't mention anything about toxicity. Why don't you just play the game and not interact with the community? Why doesn't the community just cast out the toxic, what? Well, FWADs. You're really assuming things, aren't you? And you know what they say? You know what they say about assuming? If you haven't played any of the game, where is this footage from? Check the description. How is your use of someone else's footage not copyright infringement? Why don't you ask your attorney? I'll add more as they occur to me. Okay, let's read his reply. Mr. Scratch? Thank you. That spelling error has now been corrected. I only see one reply, and that's Acerthorn. Okay, let's continue on. What did Acerthorn have to say to this guy? So why don't you do something about it? Looks like this guy had some back and forth with Acerthorn and probably got nowhere. Acerthorn, what exactly do you expect me to do? Become a game reviewer? I've been very civil with you in the past, but this is a moment where you're crossing a line, you're acting in bad faith, and nothing you say can prove otherwise. I have no respect for this video at all, nor the nearly 4 minutes it took for your audio recording. Okay. Oh. Might as well chop it up to 4 minutes then. If it is 350, round it up. Really, I've been harassed, dogpiled, doxed, and had my life and livelihood threatened by people because I don't like the same games as they do. and you're saying I'm the one who's acting in bad faith. None of that is relevant to the value of your review of Elden Ring. Your review of Elden Ring is made in bad faith because you did not play it and no intention of playing it and still reviewed it negatively. It's okay to not like the same games as others. It is another matter entirely. However, to make a video stating that a game you have never played is objectively bad. Okay, Bard's right. Well, that's just too bad. If you've got a problem with the way I run this channel, you don't have to watch my videos, and Acerthorn continues. Also, none of that is relevant to the value of your review of Elden Ring. No, it is entirely relevant in case you didn't catch it by watching the video. The toxicity I have received courtesy of the From fan base, he didn't even put software, is the entire reason I hate Elden Ring. You can't say something isn't relevant when it is literally the only reason why I hate this game. That's like having a perfectly healthy person in their 20s getting shot in the chest, dying immediately afterwards, and then arguing that the gunshot is not relevant to the victim's death, even though it was not just the primary but the sole cause of death. Except you don't hate Elden Ring. You cannot objectively dislike something based on the merits of something else. Thus, your comparison falls flat. It's more like a piece of white bread toast. You had Whoops. Didn't want to do that. 3 years ago, being a bit soggy and saying all bread is soggy when toasted. Your Dark Souls playthrough was flawed. It's not a big deal to have a few hiccups in gameplay, and you weren't confident in your build as a new player and made mistakes based on that. That's understandable. Why is Bard talking logically and Acerthorn talking illogically? And totally okay, but the game isn't at fault for that. Yeah, you're just a bad player. Get good. It's okay to not be good at some games. And it's okay to not like games that you aren't good at. I'm not arguing that with you at all. Hell, it's not okay to not want to play Elden Ring because of the past experiences with Dark Souls. But at this point, you're feeding into the cycle of hate, my guy. That's true. Acerthorn, you can't say something is irrelevant when it is literally the only reason why I hate this game. If if it were referring to something inside of the game, then fine, you'd be right. But the argument falls flat because the community response to your content is outside of the developer's field of influence. Referring back to the 20-year-old we shot earlier, when he was shot, blood filled his lungs and he was drowned. So the cause of death is the drowning. The blood loss of the bullet is antemortem. The bullet was shot by a person, so you have to blame the person, but you're effectively blaming the bullet for them dying rather than the person who fired it. You played Dark Souls. The community backlash is the shooter, the game, and the developers are essentially the bullet in this case, and you drowned in the negative feedback loop. The community response to your content is outside of the developer's field of influence? Yes. Take a look at my response to Garfiend in Heat for my rebuttal to that argument. I actually can't see Garfiend's comment, which means it's either a shadow banned user or they used a word you have blacklisted on your channel. That link just brings me back into the video. Don't want to respond to people. Darn it. Trying to hit. There we go. Read more. That link just brings me back into the video without any highlighted comments. Click on the link I provided. Yeah, that comment just isn't showing up. When I click the link as for your idea of banning users for mean words, that is an incredibly extreme way of handling things. And come on, Thumb, cooperate. Thank you. And no company is going to say no to money. On top of that, banning and silencing people just results in the Strandzide effect of making the issue worse and worse until it explodes in your face. Proof of Okay, Bard was able to get nowhere with Acerthorn. Proof of what? If you have a problem with how I run my channel, don't watch my videos. Good. That's why you have no views. Laughing out loud. I agree that his review of the game falls flat. It's obvious. It's obviously a review of a community, or at least a part of it. You look smarter than the average Souls fan, circle jerker. So if you are up to a debate, I would be glad to be part of it. My position is similar to his. The game is a piece of crap, but the reasons are different. It's boring, clunky, buggy, broken, repetitive, uninspired, etc. I'd be willing to debate it, though I'd be... You sick. It's almost like I think Acerthorn just gave up. Oh. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's take some more looks. Wait. So if I'm understanding this correctly, you're not judging the game. You're not judging this game based on the game itself, but rather the community that the game has. Isn't that like reviewing a movie, but instead of watching and reviewing it, you judge it based on... Come on. It based on nearest theater to you and how bad the service is? I'm understanding this correctly. You're not No. Then what's the point of this video? You titled it Elden Ring Sucks, and I haven't seen any criticism about the gameplay, story, visuals, or performance. All I've heard you talk about is the community and how you don't like it. Plus, even if you were to criticize those things, you haven't even played it, so it wouldn't be valid anyways. True. Okay. I have never played the game. The fan base is toxic. Therefore, the game is bad. My brother in Christ. That's not how reviews work. Let's see what Acerthorn has to say. Whatever. He's just like, whatever. Okay. Here's another Acerthorn comment. It's obvious he's very busy. Let's see what... Hold on. Let's see if I can find the... He must have deleted it. Must have deleted... Okay. If you think that me just posting videos on YouTube critical of their favorite games is justification for the fan base coming for me, then you are only proving my point. What a childish way. What a childish way. Isn't this like blaming Ford because someone road raged at you? One more. Even though I could... No. It's not like that. What's the difference? The difference is that once you buy a car, you own that car forever until you sell it. It's your property through and through. But video games in the modern day are almost never sold. That's not true. I've sold a lot of games. They are licensed, and your right to play them can be taken away from you if you violate terms of use. Yeah. Okay, let's finish this out.
Because they think that by doing that they'll be able to censor any negative opinions. So no, I'm gonna.
Isn't that what you're doing? You're censoring anything to do with criticism. Like, for real.
Give my opinion. I'm going to give my negative opinion whether you like it or not. And actually, specifically because you don't like it. My opinion is that Elden Ring is a fucking piece of shit game from a fucking piece of shit developer.
Your opinion doesn't mean anything. Simply because you didn't play Elden Ring. Now, he said to check the description for... Oh. Well, that doesn't really help matters, does it? Using somebody else's gameplay of Elden Ring, then just commenting over it, doesn't really help your case.
That cultivates a fucking piece of shit fan base.
You're acting from... So, let me get this straight. You're clumping everybody in the community of Elden Ring together as these evil, vile people, but that's only I imagine that's only like 1% of the community you're talking about. Meanwhile, the other 99% of the community is more than willing to help you.
So no, I don't care if you think my opinion is invalid.
Yeah, because I got that. You don't care, right? You said that you already said that if we don't like your opinion, to get off your channel. So yeah, I can already tell you don't care.
I don't care if you think I've played enough of the game. I don't care if you think I need to play the game.
But you do if you're going to review it.
I don't need to play it.
Yes, you do.
I already know what my opinion is.
How do you already know what your opinion is? Alright, guys, I'm going to end it here. I cannot deal with this. Even though it was funny, I will admit, going down in the comments and reading those comments, I found people talking logical to an illogical man who is all butthurt. I mean, let's hope that this guy never does this again. Because if he does, the internet's going to explode again. I'm Hardcore Christopher. If you would like to be a member of this community, hit the subscribe button down below, then hit the bell. Make sure you click all for every time I upload a video. If you don't want to be a member of this community, it's okay. I still respect you. And without further ado, if, and at the end of the day, I'm just glad that you chose to spend a little bit of your time here with me. I'm Hardcore Christopher. Keep it hardcore, everyone.